Mr. Ferdinand Ong, Mrs. Nelly Aquino Ong, Mr. Emil Ong, Mr. Jerome Castro, Ms. Rowena Gonzalez, Ms. Guinevere Valero, our Reedley International School administrators, faculty and staff, my fellow parents and fellow guests, Regents, Batch 2022, good afternoon. I will start by saying I'm grateful for this opportunity to address our beloved graduates. I was thinking hard of what I would say here today, not because I have nothing to say, but because I had so much to say, and I had to distill my thoughts to be brief. And so after careful discernment, I have decided to share today to the graduating batch, my son in it, just 3 main points. First is that your parents love you very much. Second, be extra grateful to Reedley. And finally, you are so exceptional. We, your parents, love you very much, believe it or not. As the introduction mentioned, I work in a well-known traditional school. Zach used to go there before I transferred him here to Reedley in grade 3. As early as when Zach was prepped, his mom and my wife already felt he would not thrive in the very big grade school of our university. And she's right. But it took me 3 years to be convinced. Zach was enjoying scholarship as an employee's child. It was so painful for me to let go of that entitlement. And it was also hard for Zach, who loved the campus and the playground of his previous school. It was important to me and my wife to ensure that our 8-year-old son would not feel demoted in being transferred. So I involved Zach in the hunt, and I brought him to different reputable small schools. Do you like this school, Zach? Oh, yes. Is it better than Ateneo Grade School? No. And so we visited another one, and then several other progressive schools. Do you like this school, Zach? Oh, yes. Is it better than Ateneo Grade School? No. And one of the last schools we visited was Reedley. It was initially not among my options because it was far from our house and from where I worked. But when we saw the classrooms and the library and the hallways and the bulletin boards and the stairs and the pupils, he answered, oh yes, when I asked, do you like this school, Zach? Is it better than Ateneo Grade School? And he answered, oh yes. And that's it. I started learning more about this better small school, and I realized how sending Zach here would be very difficult for me and my wife. Among other reasons, I would have to bring him and fetch him from school every day because there was no bus service option in the Antipolo area. And thus, Zach became the reason who's always already in school at 6 a.m. because I needed to drop him off early enough to make it to my old school on time. By the way, I've only been referring to the campus in Levis. This new campus where we are now is actually way farther. But this is the school my son likes. I have asked him to return to my school after grade 6 and then after grade 10. But he has really grown to love reading and the culture and the people. And my friends have asked me, I was administrator then in Ateneo High School, why is Zach studying in Reedley International School? And my consistent answer has been, he's my only son. Nothing less than the best education and nothing less than what will make them happy. I actually answered in English. I said, so it was, he's my only pugito. Dapat the best. At dapat masaya siya, happy siya. Graduates, I tell you, your parents may have different stories of sending you here all these years, But I am sure that we are uniform in our desire to bring out the best in you by sending you to the best school, whatever the cost. And so today, that's the first thing I hope you'd remember. You're here now, graduating from a great school because your parents love you very much. Second message, be extra grateful to Reedley. I know there were times you're critical of Reedley, even before online classes, when you were grade 9, grade 10. But you know what? Being critical of one school is typical of grade 9, grade 10 students in every school. I should know. I am a Reedley parent, but I also work in a school. Although right now, I know that you are grateful to Reedley, but my second message is this. Be extra grateful. Because while it's natural for graduates to be grateful to their alma mater, reasons and reason to be extra grateful because Reedley offered more. As school administrator, what I observed happening to Zach here in Reedley, I honestly was hoping I would make happen to the students in my school. There are great things about my school, but there are many aspects in Reedley I was truly admiring and as administrator was adapting for my school. For example, it's in this small school that I saw self-esteem and self-actualization very evident in students. So now, my big school has become 4 small schools, like in Harry Potter, Hogwarts, hoping my school would yield something similar to the Reedley harvest. But it's still a work in progress. And since I think I will bore you if I talk further about curriculum and pedagogy and school systems, so let me talk about your own experience as students. In case you missed it, you have found a home and a sibling-hood here in Reedley. Even the weirdest and most bizarre students among you, they are someone's best friend in this school. If you are irritated by some of your batchmates, please remember that in other schools, batchmates do not even know each other at all. But here, everyone knows almost every batchmate. O sige, scan in your mind these batchmates I will enumerate. So when I say early in school, early bird, and the one who plays bass guitar, you know it's that, right? Now, without mentioning names and quietly from your seats, think of the following batchmates. The singer. Or the singers, if you have more than one singer in the batch. The dancer. The dancers. The basketball player. Oh, the volleyball player. There's always a batchmate that Chris in mind. The futsal player. The table tennis player. The creative one. The makulit one. Yeah, I saw some guys looking at each other already. The palaging late one. The one you call rich kid. The palaging tulog. The palaging umorder sa grab food. The palaging maingay. The palaging may hawak na butterfly comb, which I learned, it's like a Swiss knife, but with not blades, but a comb. The laging nakikichat with teachers. The one who always stays late in school. The one who always stays up until 3 a.m. The one who helps classmates review 30 minutes before assessment. The one who always eats at the back of the classroom. And others. The point is, you know your batchmates well. And that is not a common phenomenon in other schools. Reedley has reared you to be very distinct individuals by giving you safe spaces to explore and present who you are. And we parents are grateful. And so please be grateful also, extra grateful to your school that has nourished and encouraged you to be the well-rounded individual that you are now. And for the family and community that you are now deeply a part of. And finally, you are so exceptional. I've started with parents. Your parents love you very much. And then your school, the extra grateful to Reedley. Now, let's focus on you, graduates. And I say you are so exceptional. Do not forget the so exceptional. And perhaps one of you would tell me, you can say that of any graduating student of any school, Mr. Gabindi. No. When I say you are so exceptional, I mean it. As Christians, you are wonderful and you are auspicious, like full of promise, auspicious. You are differently wired. I will explain this out. Your formation is unique. Reedley is like the Marvel X-Men's school for gifted youngsters, where the products and graduates are formidable. Let me make this clear by a complete school experience. I remember it because we parents were invited to it. After grade 6 farewell dinner, we all had grade 6 farewell dinner, your parents were asked to write letters to you. This is just an example. And so my wife and I also wrote a love letter to Zach. And we were thinking it would be a palangka letter that our child would read in a private book, alone, so he could be emotional while reading it. Now, to the parents' surprise, during the dinner, we were handed our letters. And we were asked to stand in front with our child and read aloud what we wrote for our child and all those who attended to hear. And there were a lot of "I love you" and "I'm very proud of you" in those letters. It was so unusual, if not awkward. And during Zach's turn, I got a little emotional reading our letter. And so after I read the whole thing, he comforted me by hugging me in front of everybody. It's so unusual. And each grade 6 parent and child did the same thing. And it was odd and different. And so in my next task of talking with Mr. Castro, we tried to decode the whole experience. We love doing that because we are both school administrators. Both of us considered that experience a game changer. Very rare do parents formally affirm their child in public with audiences who are dressed up and who are not relatives. Like what happened in that farewell dinner. To be formally affirmed by your parents aloud in public, I can just imagine its impact to grade 6 students. Those students, you, have become differently wired after that. Students who went through that are more sure of themselves compared to others their age. I am sure there were so many other media activities parents didn't attend or participate in that formed and cultivated new graduates in a unique and distinct way. Cosplay, Reedley's Got Talent, varsity games, academic week, outreach, field trip, RS Camp, New Smiles, Comelec, internship, and I'm only mentioning activities I heard about from my son. I'm sure you can name much more. More experiences that made you more differently wired, more wonderful and auspicious and formidable. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I see Zach every day. My wife, Miss Abidani, and I are often talking about him with delight and amazement behind his back. And we're saying, he's different. No, she's different. And not just that. I have directed Shakespeare Plays for Reedley from 2016 to 2018 and worked regularly and closely with some of the high school students, and I saw this phenomenon clearly. Reasons are differently wired in a great way. Reasons are advocates of equality, justice, fairness, compassion. They are promoters of safe spaces, appreciating instead of hating, respectfulness. They are humble yet bright and cosmopolitan, simple yet out of the box, They are cheerful and passionate in service. They are playful but mature. They are funny and could be wild, but always very kind. Just wonderful and amazing. And that's what I mean when I say, you are so exceptional, Christians. You may not have noticed it yet because you're still amidst schoolmates, but once you go to college or outside, you will realize that you are first class. You are a gift to the college or university you'll be enrolling in. You are a benefit to your community, and you are a blessing to the world. So please promise that you'll make yourself matter and be counted in whatever your next society will be. Promise you will not disappear in the background or be invisible or be not involved, because you are so exceptional. The world needs your kind, so please go, Christians. Go forth and set the world on fire. In the end, I request you graduates to remember and internalize these 3 claims I just shared today. And please don't let go of them forever. Your parents love you very much. Be extra grateful to Reedley, and you are so exceptional. Congratulations and well done, graduates and parents, and thank you, Reedley International School, for forming our dearest children. Good afternoon to everyone.